He's back.
Let's go.
Voice of Indonesia.
West Papua. Pristine land in the western Pacific Ocean. Ancient culture. A world of wonders. Mysterious and magical. The life of a tribe in sync with nature. West Papua's archipelago. Extremely rich sea life. Adorned with emeralds of islands. Sprawling, protected in front of the coast. A heaven for divers. The richest marine biodiversity in the world. Home to majestic phantoms of the ocean. Friendliest of people. In life at its best.
Daun-daun yang bergoyang jadi saksi bisu.
This is life in an amazing setting. Where Macarero greets guests. An amazing sea adventure. The best of fish. And travel in style and comfort. Here, the ancient is always only a short trip away. Always reminding us. Life is beautiful. Amazing cultures and lovely sea. West Papua. Wonderful.
membuka cakrawala. Semua bertaut udara di gelombang semesta. Kita Indonesia, sesungguhnya langit aspirasi bangsa. Kita Indonesia, sesungguhnya kita hadir bagi dunia. Kita Indonesia. Gaya budaya alam katulistiwa. Kita kabarkan berita, membuka cakrawala. Semua bertaut udara di gelombang semesta. Kita Indonesia, sesungguhnya langit aspirasi bangsa. Kita Indonesia, sesungguhnya kita hadir bagi dunia. Kita Indonesia, sesungguhnya langit aspirasi bangsa. Kita Indonesia, sesungguhnya kita hadir bagi dunia. Kita Indonesia, sesungguhnya langit aspirasi bangsa. Kita Indonesia, sesungguhnya kita hadir bagi dunia. Kita Indonesia, sesungguhnya.
Voice of Indonesia, the overseas service of Radio Republic Indonesia, broadcast in 9 language services: English, French, German, Dutch, Spanish, Arabic, Mandarin, Japanese, and Indonesian. Voice of Indonesia is broadcast by shortwave 3325 kHz and 4755 kHz, and via streaming on voanews.id and RRI Digital on mobile application. We present various programs for you: Diplomatic Forum, The Session, Indonesian Wonder, Miscellany, Let's Speak Bahasa Indonesia, Indonesian pop and regional songs, international musical entertainment, as well as news and information about Indonesia and abroad. Voice of Indonesia, from Indonesia to the world.
Voice of Indonesia, from Indonesia to the world. VOL listeners and viewers, in living the busy, hectic day, sometimes people neglect their health, including the lungs health. So how can we actually keep the lungs healthy, especially in the air quality, which is not always good? So let's talk more about it with today's source on VOITALK, Dr. Dimas Asmara, Sp.PD, Indonesian PhD researcher at the University of Groningen, the Netherlands. Good afternoon from Jakarta, Dr. Oke.
Good afternoon, Barahma. Thanks for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Pleasure is ours. Thank you so much for joining us on today's VOITALK. So, Dr. Oke, before talking about how to keep our lungs healthy, first let's get to know closer about the lungs themselves, like the key functions. Well, of course, it's for breathing, but maybe you can explain it more specifically, and why is it that important to keep them healthy?
Thank you very much for the question. But first of all, I will say, like, happy lung health day today. Please take care of your lungs, because take care of your lungs meaning you take care of your future and your life. So please take care of it.
Thank you.
So,
Okay.
yes, it's about lungs. So lungs is very interesting organ, I would say, because the fun fact about lung, so you quietly like breathe around 20,000 times a day. So meaning you exchange a gas around roughly 10,000 liters a day. And if you stretch your lungs and airways, you can cover the whole tennis court. So this
Wow.
is very big organs in our lungs. So it's very
Okay.
important as well. So to keep our life balanced, to keep our cells alive in our body, we need so many things. But most importantly, I can say like three the most important things. The first is of course food, glucose from the diet, and also water from the water that we drink, and also oxygen, because oxygen is important for fueling our cells to keep their working. So where we got this oxygen, of course, by the exchanging of gas in our lungs. So this is very important. If we don't have any oxygen, and our cells will die, and eventually our lives also will die. And also, not only that, because lung is important to remove the waste of our cells. For example, the carbon dioxide, it needs to get out. So the lungs also function to release the carbon dioxide that's not longer needed by our body. And at the same time, lungs also important to keep our blood acids in very stable form. So, for example, our blood acid is around 7.45. If it gets changed just slightly, it will get your body in danger. So, it is a pretty busy organ, I would say, and it's very important.
Wow, we never thought that it would be that busy. Okay. And so to maintain or improve the lungs health, what daily habits that we can do and don't avoid, do's and don'ts?
Yeah, I will start to say the things that we should avoid. I think that's the most important things, and I will never get tired of saying these same things over and over again. So the daily habit that you should avoid is please do not smoke, please do not vape. I think we talked about this deeper in our last two episodes. I think if you want to go deeper into smoking and vape, you can listen to our previous episodes. But yes, please do not smoke and do not vape. And the daily habit that we should do, the most best natural ways, I would say, stay active, keep moving, exercise regularly to maintain your lung health in good condition. And also protect your lungs from infection. Infection can get from anywhere. So please wash your hands whenever you arrive home from public spaces. And also please mask whenever the air quality is not good, or maybe you are in a very crowded areas. So please keep your lung from infection as well. And the other things, maybe stay hydrated and eat a balanced diet. That's also important.
Okay, so well, in short, what impact does smoking have on lungs health over time, and what makes it differ from vaping? Vaping have the same impact as smoking.
Yeah, that's true. So I'm glad that you asked these questions, because again, I will never get tired saying things. Please do not smoke or even vaping, because smoking, in short, it contains more than 7,000 chemicals on it, and almost hundreds of them known to cause cancer. So it's carcinogenic. So if you inhale these dangerous substances, it means you expose your lungs to these dangerous hazardous substances, and it will damage your cells in your lungs, and it will irritate and have inflammation. So inflammation meaning your body try to fight these dangerous substances. So there's a battlefield in your lungs, and it will get scarred, so it can have scarring, and then it can reduce the elasticity of the lungs. So your lungs need to inhale to expand and to shrink, to remove the carbon dioxide, so it will lose its elasticity. So it cannot longer get oxygen as much as needed before, and it also cannot remove it. So in over the years, the most important things happen, which is there will be a mutation in your lung cells, and it will become a lung cancer. And lung cancer is among the deadliest cancer of all cancer that the body could have. So yes, it's quietly but slowly but surely damage your lungs. And also it's also happen with vaping. So it is often marketed as a safe alternative for smoking, but the truth, it is not. Even some e-cigarettes or vaping contain higher nicotine than a cigarette. So please do not take the claim, take the bait, especially for the younger generation, because we can see here not only in Indonesia, but also I live in Netherlands right now, there's like increasing case of very young age, around 18, 20s, early 20s, they have lung injury because of the vaping. So it gets really, really dangerous. And vaping is a relatively new thing. So the study is still ongoing right now, but we can see the result. The current result is as hard as dangerous as smoking. So that's the real truth.
Okay, they thought that so vaping not that dangerous as smoking. Okay, so once again, do not vape, do not smoke, as they are killing us softly, like you said.
Exactly.
Okay, and you also mentioned about staying active by exercising. So maybe you can tell us about the specific types of exercise you recommend to keep our lungs healthy.
All right, about the exercise, yes, it's very important. So I have like a short funny story. So I had a meeting with my Netherlands colleagues yesterday, and during our meeting around 1 or 2 hours, they keep standing for the whole meeting while me sitting in the in the chair, and they say, so we are sitting like the whole day during our work, and the sitting is the new form of smoking. So you have to keep moving while you're working. And they also said, so I work at the 7th floor in the hospital, so they always take the stairs instead of lift or elevator. So yeah, that's why they have a very long lifespan. So in Netherlands, they have like more than 80 years, while in Indonesia it's around 70. So I think it's very important to keep moving. And especially if we talk about lung, it's important to have like aerobic exercise such as brisk walk, cycling, jogging, running, dancing, swimming. That's very important. But also do not forget about the strength training. So you have to gain muscle. You have to improve your muscle quality by weightlifting. But start slowly, it's okay. Because the most important thing for me, especially for exercise, is not about the intensity, but about the regularity. The consistency is the most important thing. So aerobic and strength training, combination of that.
Consistency. Okay. So we have maintained good habits consistently, but then we may face air pollution in the place we're living in. So how does it affect the lungs health, and what can we do to protect ourselves?
Yeah, that's an excellent question, and it's also very hard to answer, to be honest, because air pollution is a not individual problem. It's more as a country, it's a government problem. So it's really complex. But there's some things that we can do, of course, for individual perspective. For example, we can monitor the air quality where we live. We have this term AQI, so air quality index. So you can Google it. You can search AQI Jakarta, for example. I think I searched Jakarta 1 hour ago, and surprisingly, it's a very good state. It's around 40, 50, or 60. So it's good to moderate, because usually it gets above hundreds, right? So, so yeah, monitor your air quality. If it's good, especially below 50, please, you can do outdoor activities, you can do exercise, walking and outside. But if it gets above 100, so it's can get dangerous for your lungs. So please to keep indoor activity. And also, I think it's good to have like a safe space for your lungs. For example, your house. So you have to keep your indoors quality, your house quality is good. You have to well ventilated. You open the window and let the sun coming through your house. And also you can have like air purifier to filter the particulate matter, the dangerous small matter that can get into your lungs. And then, of course, ban smoking inside your house. If you want to smoke, just get out, something like that. And so have a very safe place to breathe is also a good thing for you. And you can also wear masks whenever you see, oh, the air quality is not good, but I have to go outside. Then you can wear mask, of course. So yeah, but I think the most important thing about air quality is the strong policy from the government. That's really important, I think, to keep the quality of a city great, and also strong policy to support like public transportation, renewable energy, something like that. But it's beyond my comprehension, but it's also important.
That's the broader thing, but at least we can do something for ourselves and people around us, especially our family.
Absolutely.
Okay, and still talking about the air quality. So, what indicators that people need to know about the good and bad air quality?
Yeah, you can, like I mentioned before, you can search Air Quality Index, AQI. You can also download on your phone. But also you can see from your eyes if, for example, so I lived in Jakarta. So if I see there's a haze, like a fog in Jakarta, so it's not really like you live in Puncak, for example, or Bandung. So it must be something dangerous. So you can see it for yourself sometimes. But sometimes it's not very feasible that you need a phone to check on that. But you can see it with the haze, and also you can smell it in some extent. For example, if the smell is not as fresh, it's like contain like emission from the cars, something like that. So it's really dangerous for you. So you need to monitor every characteristics of the air surrounds you. Yeah.
Okay, so after finding out the air quality, now let's find out about the signs or symptoms that people need to know that their lungs are unhealthy, and what common lung diseases do people need to be aware of?
Okay, thank you for bringing this up. I think to know the most frequent lung disease, especially for Indonesian citizens, is of very importance. First, I want to mention about lung infection, because infection is very, very common, especially the last couple of weeks. I think I saw news, there's a lot of people in Jakarta and Southeast Asia as well contacted by influenza, so it's a viral infection. But also we have pneumonia, which is a bacterial infection to your lungs. And the important things, and we already fight for it for decades, for centuries, is tuberculosis infections. Because right now Indonesia is, I think, is number 2 in the world regarding the highest number of tuberculosis patients. So we have a lot of people with tuberculosis. So you need to keep your lungs from these diseases. Infections is the first one. And then we can go to cancer, of course, lung cancer. I mentioned lung cancer is the deadliest cancer, but it is also somewhat is the most preventable cancer among the others, because we know the main risk factor, which is smoking. So we should avoid smoking to avoid lung cancer eventually. So it's good to know this disease as well. Other than that, it is somewhat very not too often mentioned in Indonesia. It's called COPD, but it's very, very popular in the world. Even is like number 3 in terms of mortality rates. So COPD is abbreviation for chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. In Indonesia, it's called PPOK, penyakit paru obstruktif kronik. So it is the destruction of your lungs because of smoking or inhaling substances hazards for over 10, 20 years. So it will get really bad, and it can cost your life, to be honest. And yes, this disease is needed for you. But I think there's a couple of things that you also need to know, especially about the things that we can do to avoid that, especially the first one about infection, because we now have vaccination. So vaccination not only for kids, but also for adults, especially flu vaccination. Flu vaccination is very much beneficial. It can avoid us from getting flu over the time, and it can reduce the severity of the disease itself. So you can get once in a year. And for a vulnerable population like the elderly, you can also get pneumonia vaccination. It can keep you safe from pneumonia infection. So yes, there's a lot of things that we can do. But first, if you have symptoms that persistent more than 2 or 3 weeks, or you, for example, you're coughing up blood or colored mucus, and you have a shortness of breath, or there's a sound on your breathing, please go see your doctor because it needs to be checked further in details.
Yeah, before getting severe. No. Okay, Dr. Oke, final statement, please, to raise public awareness to keep their lungs healthy.
Yeah, thank you. So I think, our lungs quietly, every second, they're working very diligently for our lives. Yet we often forget how much we depend on them. And I think every breath is a gift for us, but also a responsibility. So we need to protect our lungs, because protect our lungs meaning protecting our life, our health, and our future. We can all take like simple steps to protecting our lungs. For example, avoid smoking or vaping, stay active, eat well, check air quality, and also support clean air policies. And there's plant greenery around your house. So there's a lot of things that you can do to take care of your lungs. So again, happy Lung Health Day for everyone.
Thank you so much, Dr. Oke Dimas Asmara from the University of Groningen, the Netherlands. Let's protect our lungs to protect our future. Thank you for joining us on today's VOITALK.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Have a nice day to you too. Bye-bye. Well, listener, that's today's VOITALK, talking about how to keep lungs healthy, hopefully, and it must be so beneficial for all of us. So stay tuned for more insightful talks on VOITALK from Voice of Indonesia, from Indonesia to the world.
Voice of Indonesia, the overseas service of Radio Republic Indonesia, broadcast in 9 language services: English, French, German, Dutch, Spanish, Arabic.